Star Wars Squadrons has officially been revealed by Electronic Arts. The reveal trailer dropped earlier this morning, where EA gives us our first look at this upcoming flight simulator set in the original trilogy era of Star Wars. In their press release, they give us some exclusive details about the new game that we did not know before, and in today's video, we're going to go over all that information that you need to know. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel to stay in the loop with more Squadrons news as it drops. Now let's check out this information that EA gave us about Squadrons. They brought along Ian Fraser, the creative director at Motive Studios, to talk about it, and he had this to say about the game. "We created this game for every Star Wars fan who has ever dreamt about soaring across the galaxy in their favorite starfighter. Through the collaboration of the teams at Motive and Lucasfilm, we've been able to create a high-fidelity starfighter experience with an authentic storyline that invites Star Wars fans to explore never-before-seen corners of the galaxy in their own ship. We're excited to show all this in action this week at EA Play Live." And the press release confirms that there will be a gameplay reveal of Squadrons at EA Play Live on June 18th at 4 p.m. Pacific Time. While we don't have much longer to wait before that, we already have a good idea of what to expect. EA confirms that Squadrons will be an immersive, first-person dogfighting experience. They promise a variety of different game modes, but we have details on two of them right now: dogfights and fleet battles. Fleet battles will be strategic 5 vs 5 multiplayer space battles with the goal of taking out your opponent's flagship. And dogfights is basically team deathmatch, where you work together with your squadron to defeat as many opponents as possible. Before each of these matches, we get to plan the skirmish ahead of time with our squadron in briefing rooms, before we take off into what EA calls evolving battlefields across the galaxy. Whatever that means, we'll get to fly around both known and never-before-seen locations, including the gas giant of Yavin Prime and the shattered moon of Galatan. Of course, they're not going to spoil all the locations and all the game modes that are going to be available in Squadrons. I'm sure we'll get to see more at EA Play. The reveal trailer does showcase a couple of these locations though, the opening sequence probably being the aforementioned shattered moon of Galatan. Besides maps and game modes, Squadrons will also offer rich cosmetic and gameplay customization options, and EA promises that these rewards and bonuses will only be earned through gameplay, meaning there will be no microtransactions in Star Wars Squadrons. It seems EA has definitely learned their lesson from past experiences like Battlefront 2, which had an absolutely terrible launch because of the loot box system and the microtransactions that were tied to it. Motive Studios seems to be following the same model that Respawn did with Jedi Fallen Order, where all the cosmetics and upgrades are earned exclusively through gameplay, and I think most players would agree that that's how it should be. When it comes to upgrading our ships, as we move through the ranks, we'll earn components such as weapons, hulls, engines, and shields to customize the performance of our starfighters and make them better. On the cosmetic side of things, we'll gain items to customize the look of our cockpits, our exteriors of our ships, and the appearance of our pilots. And again, all of these upgrades to the ships and the cosmetic items will all be earned in-game. Hopefully we get a look at some of these cosmetics and ship upgrades in the gameplay reveal on the 18th. But speaking of the gameplay, it sounds like it will legitimately be an actual flight simulator set in Star Wars, which has never really been seen before, at least on this scale. Games such as the X-Wing and TIE Fighter series do delve into flight simulation a little bit, but I fully expect Squadrons to be a few steps ahead of either of those series. On the official Star Wars Squadrons page on the EA website, they describe the gameplay as this: take full control of different starfighter classes from both the New Republic and Imperial fleets, such as the X-Wing and TIE Fighter, modify your ship, divert the power between its systems, and destroy your opponents in strategic space dogfights. That already sounds way more in-depth than any combat system we've had featuring starfighters in even modern Star Wars games like Battlefront 2015 or Battlefront 2. Both of which featured pretty decent combat systems for starfighters, with Battlefront 2 building off of the solid foundation that Battlefront 2015 had. Battlefront 2 so far is the smoothest and most free-flowing combat system that I've personally ever played when it comes to starfighters, so hopefully Squadrons can take that up a notch too. EA confirms that in addition to all of this, us players will be able to squad up with our friends and play against each other regardless of platform, as crossplay will be supported on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, and most importantly, virtual reality, which is probably going to be the biggest selling point for Squadrons. We'll get to immerse ourselves in the pilot seat completely, with the option to play the entirety of Squadrons in VR on PlayStation 4 and PC. Crossplay compatibility for this game is a great idea too, since Squadrons will be a smaller scale game, meaning that the player base on any one platform probably won't be that big. Giving players the option to team up with their friends who have other platforms is probably the best thing they could have done for this game, especially seeing as crossplay compatibility seems to be becoming more and more popular as games progress. Of course, we run into the same issues that have always plagued crossplay, mainly the differences between the platforms, with PC having more precise aim and consoles having aim assist. Hopefully the gameplay can mitigate the differences and make crossplay as smooth as possible. As it was brought up in the past leaks, EA confirms in this press release that Squadrons will indeed have a single-player campaign mode. The story will bring to life events following the Battle of Endor when the Rebel Alliance has successfully destroyed the second Death Star. They say that through the story, players will learn what it means to be a pilot as they battle from the alternating perspectives of two customizable pilots, one serving the New Republic's heroic Vanguard Squadron, while the other fights for the Galactic Empire's fearsome Titan Squadron. The authentic story features a diverse cast of original characters, as well as some cameos from familiar faces in the Star Wars galaxy, and we've already seen two of those familiar faces in the reveal trailer. Wedge Antilles, also known as Red 2 in A New Hope, and Harrison Dula, who was the leader of the ragtag group of rebels in the Rebels TV series. Both are very skilled pilots, and it looks like we could get the chance to go on missions with both of them. Seeing Hera is especially interesting because that could mean there's a mission that involves her ship, the Ghost, which was featured prominently in the Rebels TV series and is probably the second most famous ship in the Rebel Alliance after the Millennium Falcon. It makes me wonder if we'll see other iconic pilots, such as Han and Chewbacca, or maybe even Luke Skywalker piloting Red 5. Regardless of who we might bump into, the campaign and its alternating perspectives actually sounds like a lot of fun, and I'm eager to see where those two paths might cross, if they even do. EA did not confirm whether or not this original story will be part of the new Star Wars canon, but I'm assuming it will be, since Disney has said that any new story they tell in the Star Wars universe will be part of the overall continuity and canon. Probably a good thing too, since this is a relatively unexplored time period. In between episodes 6 and 7, there is a pretty big space of time and not a lot of information told about it. Since the two factions involved in this game are the Empire and the New Republic, not even the Rebels at this point, this could culminate into the Battle of Jakku, where the Empire was ultimately defeated. I'm just a canon junkie, and I'm all for any new Star Wars stories being told, but the multiplayer also sounds like a lot of fun. Being able to team up with 4 buddies to take on an enemy squad sounds great, and hopefully we have a lot more different game modes that we can try than just the 2 that they had mentioned before. You can pre-order Squadrons now if you'd like, and if you do, you get some bonus content along with it. You get 2 new flight suits, one for the New Republic recruit and one for the Imperial Ace, as well as different skins for the starfighters. And these skins are what more or less confirm the different kinds of starfighters we'll get to play as. For the New Republic, we'll have A-Wings, X-Wings, Y-Wings, and U-Wings, and for the Empire, we'll have TIE Interceptors, TIE Fighters, TIE Bombers, and TIE Reapers. We already figured that this would be the case based on the promotional material and the reveal trailer, but this is just further confirmation that these will be the ships that will be available in Squadrons. Also as a pre-order bonus, aside from the flight suits and the ship skins, there will also be a New Republic decal and an Imperial decal for the ship. Regardless of if you pre-order the game now to get these bonuses, or if you wait until the game launches on October 2nd, the game will be listed at a price of $40 US, meaning it's not even a full-priced game. Let me know below if you'll be pre-ordering it or not, but with that, that is all the information that we have from the EA press release and the reveal trailer of Star Wars Squadrons. This is the next experience in Star Wars gaming. Battlefront 2 fans who played primarily for Starfighter Assault are going to love this game, and it will shake things up for players and fans who have been stuck in the rut with lightsaber and blaster combat for the last couple of years. I'll be pre-ordering Squadrons myself to get that extra content so I can have it for videos, but let me know in a comment what you think about all this information. Are you excited for Squadrons, or are you indifferent because you're more of a fan of the Battlefront 2 style of gaming? Let me know below. If you liked today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Just consider subscribing for more content like this and for more videos on Star Wars Squadrons in the future. That's going to do it from me. I appreciate you all stopping by the bazaar. May the Force be with you. Peace.